the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. It's the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Miami Hurricanes. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
The Hurricanes head coach told me before the game, this is exactly what they expected when the season started. They knew they had to go to the transfer portal, and the quarterback they got has lived up to every expectation. He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he's taking them to where they thought they could go, but he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Hurricanes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. Deep in the end zone, it's Danzy. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Hokies offense will go on the attack first. Redemption might be on their mind as they took a whipping the last time these two squared off.
They sure did, Reese, and their best players made a lot of mistakes the last time out, especially on offense. David, it's really important in this one. The stars have to play like stars. They got to stat it up, and they got to start fast.
Yeah, and they got to remember what happened. They got to remember the celebration, the on-field antics, the social media, all of it that came with it. The embarrassment of last time. So, yes, your big players, they got to play big, especially in these rivalry games.
Quick give. It's Overton. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
It is so difficult to play man coverage nowadays with all the space and spread and speed on the field. One false step, and they make you pay just like they did right there.
There he goes. He's at the 40. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. The Hokies look to keep this drive humming. Tells the run, wants to pass. Out wide right, it's Heath.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Caught in the backfield, it's Heath. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. 3rd and long coming up. The run inside. It's Hawkins. That was an important stop there as they try to hold them to a field goal on this drive. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Smashes it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Man, these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
So Miami's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here comes Darian Mensah. Led his team to a win, throwing 4 touchdown passes the last time out. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Here's Mensa to throw. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
The quick game. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So you didn't pick up the first down on the short game, but will the analytics sway them to go for it here? Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it. Not gonna make it. And the fourth down gamble backfires. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Grab behind the line. It's Green. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Second down to the air. Unloads to the right. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guy. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Darian Mensa from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Love the poise on that play. You saw when he escaped the pocket, he was on the move. He didn't take his eyes from looking downfield. He kept reading the coverage, located a receiver, and picked up a huge chunk play.
And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Fletcher. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Pulls it in. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. Here's Darian Mensa to throw. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Quarterback changing the play. Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And that is elite third down defense. First of all, you get him in third and long, and then you look to the go-to guy, Jesse. I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard, third in California, to convert that. Doesn't matter how good your receiver is. And this dude's obviously one of the best in the country. But the defense, they were all over it. They were ready for it. They get the big pick.
Second down coming up. They'll run him again. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him last week, man. He had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
Hand off from the shotgun. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
That's a great example of the defense there, tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Ton of ground to cover here on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Mensah. Caught in the backfield, it's Fletcher. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Maybe an ill-advised throw there into the middle of the field, and it's knocked down and incomplete.
Love the competitive nature by the defender on that play. That's just a 50-50 ball, and that defender swatted it away.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
From the gun, it's Fletcher. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Mensah. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Turns it upfield. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
The give to the back. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Finding space. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on fourth down once. Like, they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears to be in an aggressive mode.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Now they'll run it to the right here. And they'll stop him short of the first down, and they've got a timeout if they want to try to get the ball back before halftime. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. On the return. Makes a move. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here's Mensah to throw. Right side, it's Fletcher. Inside the 45. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Hits inside. It's Fletcher. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Oh, the attempt is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. Let's start with Toledo, taking on the Bowling Green Falcons. And it's the Rockets, able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. And this one gets them to 5 wins on the year, which isn't cause for a campus-wide celebration, but it's proof the coaching staff is getting through to this team. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game at Hard Rock Stadium. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and to get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Making the adjustment on the play. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Makes the grab. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
On the run, it's Fletcher. Still on his feet at the 45. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you've got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Six-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Mensah. Zings it complete to the right. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Has it! Touchdown, Miami! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Virginia Tech opens this drive as the offense looks ready to go. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. The throw. Finds his big tight end. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Fresh set of downs going up top. catch in the middle. It's Brown. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Second and long here. They want to throw it. Bought a little time. Lets it go. Reels it in. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to get it through the air. Floats it out in space. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Hokies decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They were all over it.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield, just like right there, and create a TFL.
Making the adjustment. Throwing, Mensah. Moving to his left. Unleashes one. A strike downfield to the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense.
Nice job reeling in that catch. And listen, when you say Miami Hurricane football, to me, I think about burners at the receiver position. Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne, who I played with in the Senior Bowl. These guys could not be covered one-on-one. And this dude here in this offense today, he causes the same kind of problems. Really, really good route runner. He always seems to get open.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he's looking really good.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
He's got it. At the 35, he's open. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Go back to work in the final period of this one. Takes the handoff. It's Fletcher. Got it into the red zone. Dragged down at the 18-yard line. He now has 85 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Going to the run. It's Fletcher. Makes the tackle.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the Hurricanes line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down.
Wait just a second here, guys. They are sending out the field goal unit after all. I also thought they might go for it in this situation. And it's good! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Here on the Virginia Tech sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. Trying to take it back. And the returner will be brought down. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Miami sideline. I am keeping my eye on what's going on with their field goal kicker right now. They do have a little bit of a lead, but in this opportunity, can they rely on the guy that's already missed here in this game? Coach could go for it, but I do see him talking to the kicker, trying to gain some confidence, make sure that he's ready to go if they do call his number. Back to you.
All right, Holly. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Here's Mensah to throw. Moving out to the right. Got his man. Pulled to the ground.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And the Canes are marching down the field. To the ground. He's got it again. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
And when the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like, it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. He now has 115 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. This time, they stop him in the backfield, and that has been a rare sight in this game tonight. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Timeout called as the play clock had gotten down to 3 seconds. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. The give on the counter. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Virginia Tech wants to take a moment. They call their 2nd timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They've been very good at moving the chains on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. It's complete on the right side. Quick step and go. Touchdown Hurricanes! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Hokies offense to start this possession. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Holds on, it's Denmark. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. Tight end now in motion. Drops back on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They'll run the screen.
This is an offense that obviously practices 2-minute situations, but they're not executing it right now, and I don't like the play call. You got to be throwing to the sticks, or you got to be throwing to the sideline so guys can get out of bounds.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw again. Just a little off. Incomplete.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Snapped on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This offense has it with really good field position. Got it behind the line. It's Lofton. Got enough space. Touchdown, Canes. Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. The mantra is always finish and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over, and this coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Left side is Green.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Turns it upfield. Runs through a man, and he might have space. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Fires to the middle. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Hokies are in the hurry-up.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Long way to go on 2nd down. He wants to throw it. He's going to let it go. And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
That's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll ride the hot hand. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you could tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.